Hey guys, Joe here, and here I am to talk to you about the top 5 MMOs. Now, not all of these are MMORPGs, so you have to keep that in mind. And in the comment section below, make sure to comment what top 5 you want for next week, and I'll be doing that in about 2 or 3 weeks, because in the next 2 weeks, I'll probably be doing a lot of Splatoon, like a ton, so I might not actually have time for some top 5s, but after that, I'll definitely get back to the top 5s. So, thank you guys for watching, and let's get this top 5 started. For the number 5 spot, I decided on a more non-traditional MMO, that being a mod of Arma 2, otherwise known as DayZ. Now sure, there are other games like this like H1Z1, but those games just don't have quite the charm of this original masterpiece. In this game you could go up and meet some friends, fight zombies, and have a blast playing with the really funny physics, with the planes and other things likewise. This game was usually only about 1 hour pick up and play type of game, and if you were going a little bit serious, you could spend a little bit more hours and put some actual time into it, maybe 4 or 5 if you really wanted to. The main problem of this game was that during the early days there were really bad servers, so you'd usually get connected and get disconnected a ton, just get on and off, but lately you can easily get into the game with little to no lag. Another seemingly random thing on this list has to be given to Planetside II. The reason for this is that it seems to be one of the only fast-paced FPS games that are an MMO that doesn't force you to slowly grind up in levels until you become good. You can play this game from the get-go and join giant firefights that can sometimes get up to 200 people in one area. This game is a lot different from other FPS games in that you can get ships, tanks, and even a mech to help you get that strive for power. The game's main point is that you'll choose one side, and this is one thing that I really like, 1 out of 3 sides, and help fight for that group and try to gain control in order to win that continent and get bonuses for the other continents that you are fighting at and your teammates are fighting at. Usually it has about 1,000 or 500 people per continent. This game goes pretty far off the usual FPS format, but is a great deal of fun to play, especially after all of those Call of Duty games. DC Universe has to be one of my personal favorite games that I have come across in a long while, in a long time. My favorite part about this game is the fact that it is completely free. Now there are a few functions that you can't use, of course, but just the game out of the box does seem to be pretty good, and pretty much any player can get into it. They have classes in this game that are extremely creative and make you feel like you're playing a real hero at times. You can choose between many different powers, mix and match abilities, and create a great atmosphere for your character and for you in extension. The hero trend has been really big lately, and this one is one of the best ways to learn about DC and their villains and their heroes in a very fun manner. Now just to mention, there is Marvel Heroes, but I personally think that this game is far superior to that. That being said though, Marvel Heroes is also a fantastic game if you're much more into Marvel. Another semi-old MMO that I've been recently into for quite a few years has got to be Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and especially Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Online. This game alone brought me back into the MMO genre back a few years, and has still pretty much kept me into the game pretty strongly. The story of this game is very good, with very good voice acting, and the longest voice acting pretty much ever in a game, and as a Star Wars fan, I am very pleased. Character creation is once again a high point of this game, allowing you a hero or a villain with varying powers. Also, you may play someone more out of the blue, like a Jango Fett or a clone-like class, which can be a little bit weird, but is pretty fun. This game is a good way to contain all that hype for the new Star Wars movie that will be coming out late December. WoW is one of the first tried and true MMOs, being a blast to the past if you haven't happened to play it, and if you want to play it now. The game took countless hours from players in order to get gear, get raid bosses, and to level up to become the strongest of them all. There have been many expansions that do cost quite a pretty penny, but the game overall has been pretty successful over the years, even with that money hogging that they do happen to do quite often. This game still today has some of the best weapon systems, guilds, and skills, which can really be a great deal of fun to play with, even after all this time. The game is looking quite a bit old, even with the new updated textures, and it looks pretty outdated, but if you ever want to have some cold, hard time taken away from you in exchange for a great experience, WoW is the game for you. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. In this video, comment some top 5s that you really want to see. These can be top 5s for pretty much anything within gaming. I am running a little bit low on these type of ideas. I do have a lot of top 5s for Smash, and I do have a lot of top 5s for Nintendo. And even though this is a much broader subject, I just don't really know exactly what you guys want to see. So definitely in the comment section below, tell me what top 5s you want to see for pretty much top 5 video games in general. And I will get down to that in a week or two after I get out a lot of Splatoon videos. So, hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, like, comment, and I'll see you next time.